the ceiling. To understand the story about Tony Bennett, about Christel House Academy, about how one tiny tweak in Indiana's 8th ref grading system lifted not only Christel House's grade, but more than 160 schools across the state, you've got to understand something called the Subscore Ceiling. Unfortunately, it's a bit complicated, so let's break out the whiteboard. Your school's state letter grade actually comes from two scores, one from your scores on the state's math test and the other from your scores on the state's English test. 4 points for math, 4 points for English. Like Christel House Academy, it earned 3 points for English and 3.5 points for math. Now there's a twist here. It's a 4-point scale, but schools can earn extra points, bonus points, for students' academic growth. Christel House Academy earned one of these bonus points in math. 3.5 plus 1, that's 4.5 points total. What happens if your score goes above 4? At least at first, the state said, nope, can't count them. Your score tops out at 4. You can't go any higher, and that is the Subscore Ceiling. So remember, the final grade comes from averages. 3 plus 4 divided by 2 is 3.5, and 3.5 is the highest B possible. Now, at least at first, this is how state officials wanted the system to be set up. And in fact, one of the emails that the Associated Press published, dated September 13th, 2012, shows state officials using this system, using this ceiling, to calculate Christel House Academy's grade. Remember, the state superintendent at the time, Tony Bennett, said he felt that Christel House was an A school. So it appears as though one of the things that state officials did was get rid of the ceiling. Schools still got their grades on a 4-point scale, but now they could get up to 6 points and take credit for them in their averages. State officials could do this. It wasn't in the official guidelines. So getting rid of the ceiling, what does that do? Well, Christel House's grade here illustrates that perfectly. Remember, 3 points in English, 3.5 in math, plus also a bonus point in math. That's 4.5, and you can count that 0.5 now because the ceiling is gone. 4.5 plus 3 divided by 2, that's 3.75, and good enough for an A. Schools that earned bonus points suddenly got to count more of them towards their score. It was easier for a good grade in one subject to cancel out not as good of a grade in another. That's how, with a stroke of an eraser, 165 schools' grades went up, showing how a relatively minor change in the state school grading formula can have a major impact.